All right. I'm at a favorite place. We'll get into that. And I want to talk to you right now about some goodies and oldie horror films. And we're going to show trailers. And while you're watching a trailer, the first trailer coming up, I'm going to play with my pet. We're going to take a clip from an old movie, Tarantula.
What if circumstances were to magnify one of them in size and strength, took it out of its primitive world and turned it loose in ours? Then expect something that's fiercer, more cruel and deadly than anything that ever walked the earth.
Even science was stunned. The new atomic miracle should have been mankind's greatest boon. Instead, when such power to cause phenomenal growth proved dangerously unstable, man was confronted with his most shocking blunder.
The isotope triggered our nutrient into a nightmare.
A blunder that transformed a tiny insect into the 100-foot spider that was now ravaging the panic-stricken countryside.
I'm with my friend over here. It's an old friend, Rats. And I have a clip to show you of a classic movie called Willard. You'll love it, won't you? Willard.
This is Willard, and these are his friends, Ben, and Socrates.
I'm gonna have a big surprise tomorrow.
Willard takes good care of them.
What's that in your pocket? There's something in your pocket.
And they will do anything for Willard.
Julie.
Walter, please, Walter, there's something outside the door.
My God, look at the rats.
Mr. Martin, I have a number of things to tell you. First, you stole the business from my father. And second, it killed my mother.
She died this morning, Willard, at 9:42 in my arms.
And third, you're trying to ruin me.
You hold up my sales department or even my shipping department one more time. Shut up, Willard.
You made me hate myself. Well, I like myself now. You know, my life has changed now. Two things did it. One was a friend I had named Socrates, and you.
Where your nightmares end, Willard begins. Is the one movie you should not see alone.
That was an exciting clip to watch, huh? I've been getting hungry in the fall. I started to change to my appetite products made of pumpkin. Cool stuff, you know? And there was a movie years ago, couple of them, about a creature named, you ready, pal? Are you ready? Pumpkinhead. Let's take a look at a trailer. Whoa! There's all kinds of weird things going behind me. Let's take a look at Pumpkinhead.
Afraid raising the dead ain't within my power. Will it be all right?
Should I be afraid?
It's coming!
Looking for an old woman. She lives somewhere in the mountains hereabouts.
All she can do is take you straight to hell. You go home and you bury your boy.
Some folks say as how she's got powers.
Who are you?
Ed Harley.
What do you want, Ed Harley? Say it. You're looking for vengeance. Vengeance. Say it. There's an old graveyard way back deep in them woods. The thing you're looking for is in there.
It was an accident.
No, not like this, not like this.
It's gotta run its course. Now it begins. It begins.
One of the classic horror films has James Arness playing a monster before he did Gunsmoke. It was a movie about in ice they find a creature and they melt it and it escapes and it can kill. And it can mutate into things and people and animals. And they remade the movie. This is believed to be the head of the last mutation of the Thing. So let's take a look at a classic horror film, The Thing.
The Thing from another world. This is the spot where it was first seen, and these are the first people who saw the Thing. How did it get here? Where did it come from? What is it?
That thing's alive, sir. I saw it. I shot at it. I hit it. I know it. Nothing happened. It just kept coming at me, making a noise like a cat mewing. Captain, it was awful. If you could have seen those hands and those eyes. Captain, you've got to do something about it. You've got.
Is it human or inhuman? Earthly or unearthly? Baffling questions, astounding questions that not even the world's greatest scientific minds can answer.
Gentlemen, do you realize what we've found? A being from another world, as different from us as one pole from the other. If we can only communicate with it.
See? What happened, Doctor?
In the greenhouse, I was working. I couldn't see.
Yeah.
Then a blast of cold air, and I heard Olson scream.
Come here. Get in the corner. Now hold this in front of you. Stay by the light switch.
1.9. Needles hit the top.
Station 31. You read me? We found something in the ice. We need some help down here. Can anybody hear me? We found something. We found something. We found something.
12 men have just discovered something. For 100,000 years, it was buried in the snow and ice. Now it has found a place to live. Inside. Where no one can see it, or hear it, or feel it.
I know I'm human. Some of you are still human. This thing doesn't want to show itself. It wants to hide inside an imitation. It'll fight if it has to, but it's vulnerable out in the open. If it takes us over, then it has no more enemies. Nobody left to kill it. And then it's won.
You guys gonna listen to Gary? He can beat one of those things!
Night on Elm Street had a wonderful, nice guy in it. He was so cool. Freddy Krueger. And this is a victim of Freddy's. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I heard that brains are great protein, and I think I'm going to make a nice meal for my friends. They say my cooking's horrific. Maybe you'll like a bite. Anyway, Freddy, where are you?
The kids of Elm Street don't know it yet, but something is coming to get them.
There's something out there, isn't there?
You could just see cuts happening.
What did that, Lieutenant?
I don't know.
Tina! What's the coroner got to say? He's in the jar and puking since he saw it.
They're gonna kill me for sure.
Did you do it?
There was somebody else there.
He was locked in a room with a girl who went in alive and came out in a rubber bag.
No one knows where it came from or who it will visit next.
Nancy? There's something wrong with you. You're imagining things.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Do you believe in the boogeyman?
No.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
No!
She's the only one who can stop it. If she fails,
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
no one will survive. From Wes Craven, director of The Hills Have Eyes and Last House on the Left, a new masterpiece in fantasy terror, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Christopher Lee is one of my favorite actors, and I remember a film came out when I was a young tot. A young tot. A rugrat. We didn't have rugs in my house, but a rugrat. And this film was one of my favorite films. The end is great, but I'm not going to spoil it. The film was Horrors of Dracula. And by the way, one of my vampire wives is in this building. I want you to visualize what she looks like resting. Can you see it? Okay, let's watch Horrors of Dracula.
This is the story of Dracula, a creature who destroys all whom he touches. Dracula the terrifying, the feared, who sleeps in the tombs of the dead by day and arises at night to inflict his terror upon the innocent and the unsuspecting.
Oh, you must help me. You must. You're my only hope. You must.
I'll help you. I promise.
Please try and understand. This is not Lucy, the sister you loved. It's only a shell, possessed and corrupted by the evil of Dracula.
How do you destroy a fiend who has so far proven himself indestructible? Those who come to end his reign of terror stay to become his victims.
Castle Dracula is somewhere here in Klausenberg. Will you tell me how I get there?
You ordered a meal, sir. As an innkeeper, it's my duty to serve you. When you've eaten, I ask you to go and leave us in peace.
This is the doctor who dares to challenge the vampire Dracula. This is the anguished man who fears for the lives of his beloved, the girl who is his sister, and the one that is his wife. Dracula, the bedeviled master of all that is evil.
Why can't kids be like we were? Perfect in every way. Hold my hat, the wind is blowing. Perfect in every way. Our kids are so cool. How about a weird thing happens and then all the women in the town are pregnant at the same time? And they all have weird blonde-haired kids. A classic film covers this subject. Let's look at Village of the Damned.
Science fiction has never imagined so strange or terrifying a story as that of the village of Midwich, England, cut off from life as we know it by some mysterious force. And later, at one and the same time, a child was born to every woman in the village. Children that grew to look like this. Beautiful youngsters behind whose fiery, hypnotic eyes lurked the demon forces of another world.
They're not human. They ought to be destroyed.
Forces put to such sinister use that it became a national emergency.
We are gathered here as advisors, as scientists, as government experts.
Have we established anything about the origins of these children?
There is the possibility of the transmission of energy.
Let me get this straight. You imply that these children may be the result of impulses directed towards us from somewhere in the universe.
What we need is time to investigate.
Are you aware of life on another planet? Why are you so nervous when an aircraft flies above you?
Until recently, we haven't been able to make our control reach as far as a high aircraft.
Oh, now you have, is that it?
Today, their control reaches out into space. Tomorrow, will it girdle the globe?
There's nothing you can do to stop us. Leave us alone.